Hey everybody, here's my take on 3 hours in Saint Augustine, Florida. Unfortunately, I didn't have a lot of time in Saint Augustine because I was doing a road trip while working remotely, so I only had one evening. Here are my highlights. The Castillo San Marcos was built by the Spanish in the 1600s. It's one of the oldest masonry forts in the US, and it's made of coquina, which is basically seashells and is actually a pretty uncommon building material. I won't lie, I initially was interested in the fort due to its looks, and I was able to take some nice photos. But reading into its history is also really captivating too. It was constructed by the Spanish, later to be controlled by the British, then controlled again by the Spanish, to finally being transferred to the United States of America. And despite its beauty, it was the prison of multiple Native Americans during the Indian Removal Act in the 1800s. There were a few informational signs around the outside park area. I wasn't able to go inside because they came after hours, but most of this information I didn't really know until reading it after visiting. But it does seem like there's digital self-guided tours, too. Walking around St. Augustine. My friend and I are pretty cheap, so we didn't stop for any food or drinks, but if you're interested, there's a lot of cute small shops and restaurants. It felt a little bit touristy, food was definitely a bit pricey, but the architecture and nearby water are really pretty. And finally, 3 St. Augustine foot soldiers. So finally, another unknown find for me is that St. Augustine is the location of multiple civil rights movement protests, one of which was when civil rights activists entered the white-only pool at the Monson Motor Lodge, and the owner poured acid on them in retaliation. And that was almost like considered one of the peaks, because the following day, the Civil Rights Act was approved for the United States. Now the lodge is gone, but there's multiple monuments in St. Augustine commemorating the many civil rights activists. So after visiting for just a few hours and reading more into St. Augustine, I can definitely understand its significance. This location brings to light almost every aspect of the American history book. That being said, as an uneducated tourist, this city offers unique architecture, a beautiful waterfront, and a nice looking fort, but I wouldn't say that I'd need more than 3 hours just to walk around and look at the sights. Thanks for listening, and check back next week for another video.